If you're able to articulate your process in a confident, clear, and succinct way, it will truly be one of the best assets for you in your business. In this video, what we're going to do is go through my process and exactly what I say to clients on the first call so that you can start to take ideas and start to bring it into your own first calls with clients so that you can secure more business. So first of all, why is articulating your process so important? Because it sounds, I think, on the face of it, a bit boring. Some people think, well, you're just telling your process. That's not really, particularly exciting, and it's not going to inspire a client to want to work with you. But the truth is that when you go through your process with your client, you're basically articulating a narrative to them. You're telling them a story of what it's going to be like to work with you. And it's not just about what it's going to be like to work with you. It's going to be about the benefits and all the outcomes that will come from working with you. And it's also going to be the step-by-step formula that you have for success. Because when you tell them that you have multiple steps that you take every single time you work with a client, it's going to convey to them that you've actually found a method that always ends in the best possible outcome. So I think the best way for me to share with you the best practices around articulating your process will be for me to just tell you my process as if I'm on a first call with you, as if you are my client, so that you can bring it into your own first call when you articulate your process. And the point we're going to jump into on this role-played first call will be after we've had that initial chit chat, we've asked a bunch of questions, I've already validated the client and ensured that this is the kind of project that I would usually work on. So at this stage, I'll know exactly what the client needs, I'll know why they're doing this now, I'll know why they've reached out to me, and I'll know that I'm the right person for the job. So at that stage, I would say the following. All right, so it's been amazing hearing about your business and your goals, and I really do think this is something I could help you out with. So I think it'd be great to take you through what my process looks like for these types of projects. At this stage, the client would say, yeah, that sounds great. And now you have the center stage to say your process that will basically secure the business. So let's go through it. My process always has 3 stages. The first step is the brand strategy workshop phase. And in this step, we will basically be clarifying everything around your business, and I'll be extracting all the relevant information about you so that I can create a brand that works for your business and evokes the right gut feeling in the customer. So the way we'll do this is, first of all, I will send you a brand discovery survey that I'll ask for 2 people on your side to complete without conferring. The reason I like 2 people to do this is because it often creates some really interesting answers that either may conflict with each other or there may be agreement, and both can be very interesting and create discussions for the workshop itself. Once you've completed the brand discovery survey, I will then prepare for the 2-day workshop. The focus of the first day is really around defining your brand. So on this day, we'll be talking about what you do, we'll be articulating how you do it and why fundamentally. We'll identify your positioning in the market, which will basically eliminate competition by articulating and clarifying your unique selling point. And we'll wrap up day 1 by putting together some personas of your ideal target audience. On day 2, we'll take what we've learned from day 1 and start to think about the actual implementation of the brand. This is where we start to think about the more practical side of how we'll put your brand together. So we'll start off day 2 with a competitor analysis, basically looking at your key competitors, looking at their approach to marketing, their branding, their design, their messaging, and so on. And then we can see how we can differentiate from them. We'll also look at your messaging and put together a framework for having effective messaging that you can use across the brand with your marketing, with your website, and so on. We'll also look at your website strategy and put together a bit of a basic wireframe and content plan to ensure it effectively achieves your business goals. Finally, we'll wrap up the workshop by discussing what your measurable business goals are and how we can actually measure success after a year or 2. All the information that we get from the workshop will then be used to inform the next stage, which is when I jump into the brand identity design phase. At this stage, what I'll do is synthesize everything that we've learned and bring it into a logo, typography, color, graphics, photography, and bring all this together and put it into context with a simple 1-page website design. Once you're happy and that brand has been signed off, we'll move into the final phase, which is the brand rollout. This is basically where we actually execute on your brand. So we'll start to produce the website and launch it. And if we discover that any other brand assets are required, we'll produce those at that stage. So that's the process that I would go through from start to finish. So I'd love to hear whether that's the kind of thing that you're looking for. And that's it. That is the process description that I always go through on my first call. And as I said before, this is the element that really secures the business. And I hope that now you've seen me talk it through, you can start to get a feel for how this works and why it's so effective. And you can start to pull ideas from how I've done it and apply it to your own process. If that was helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you gave this video a like. And let me know if you've got any questions around defining your process and nailing the first call. Drop them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Catch you in the next one.